the Park Service would not answer anyone who asked whether or not their property was in the proposed preserve. And they did that very carefully and cautiously because at that point in time, they were all recommendations. The law had not passed, and God knows what the Congress was going to do with it, So they did not feel that they could conscientiously tell anybody whether or not. Well, they would call me because I could tell them at least, this is in the recommendation, this is not in the recommendation. Because we had fairly good maps that we had marked up with the data. And Eckhart knew this, and he started referring people to me. And there was a wonderful gentleman named Wendell Lay from Houston who owned a big chunk of the Hickory Creek Savannah unit. And he called Eckhart's office, and he said, I want to know if my property is in there. He said, I have an offer for the timber, which was longleaf pine. And he said, I might take it if this is not in the preserve, but if it's in the preserve, I will not sell it. And so I checked out my maps, and I called Eckhart back. I said, it's in the proposal for the Hickory Creek Savannah unit. Wendell Lay did not cut it. So that, I think, is evidence that there were an awful lot of good people who were happy about the fact that some of these areas were, and that felt a responsibility to not to harm the land. For every clown that went out there and cut something out of spite, there was probably at least 3 or 4 people that were more responsible.